Decoded is a business which teaches anyone and everyone to code in a single day. And by the end of the day, you'll feel so confident and so ignited and inspired by that world and those languages that you can actually create your own app from scratch that can work on any single device. I was trying to innovate digitally, but really felt like there was this whole language that I didn't understand that was called code. We've just launched our office in New York, which is really exciting. We've got a little hub in Singapore, and we've taught over 3,500 professionals from the UK, and we're popping up in the next few weeks, South Africa, Minneapolis, Chicago, Atlanta. I came from an entrepreneurial family. My parents are self-starters. They always gave me the belief that I could make stuff happen and do it myself and be really independent. And I just get a real buzz from taking on impossible challenges. If you love making things happen and you love doing things and taking on a little bit of risk, but if risk makes you tick, then it sounds like business might be for you. Find something that you're just so geekily obsessed by. You can't help it. You'd wake up, at 6 a.m. in the morning and do it with a big smile on your face. If somebody had asked me what my passion was at the time, I think I would have kind of said what I thought it should be. But actually, it was right there in front of me. It was the stuff that I was spending all my spare time doing, instead of doing other stuff like watching TV or something. And but I hadn't quite realised that that was actually my passion. And all those passions have fed into what I've ended up doing now. And where I've made kind of mistakes in life, and I've made so many of them, it is where I've done stuff that I thought it was actually kind of someone else's passion, and it wasn't really my passion. We have a lot of young people who come and do internships with us and come and learn with us at Decoded, a lot of young coding talent as well. And I find it really fascinating to learn about what subjects they are studying in school, because when I was at school, I was told that you could either go down the arts route or you could either go down the science route. But actually, I think there's this really interesting area at the moment that is desperately needed by businesses. Any business you can imagine, a technology business to a fashion business, which is that hybrid. Can you be creative, but can you also be technical? And I think that there's the rules that applied before no longer apply now. I love the fact that there are more alternative options potentially for what you choose to study or what you choose to do in the future now, like entrepreneurship. There isn't kind of one set of skills that it takes to be an entrepreneur, but I think there's certain challenges that you face as an entrepreneur that you need to maybe have the kind of attitude that will cope with those very well. So challenges, relish challenges as opportunities, and actually think creatively. A lot of entrepreneurs are just deeply passionate about whatever it is that their business is doing, or whatever idea they have. And nothing can get in their way, because if you really, really want to achieve something and you're passionate about it, then that makes you an entrepreneur. Actually, there's a very different culture in other countries, in America. That idea that you're actually starting up your first businesses when you're actually at school or at university, and it's totally acceptable and it's expected. It's a brilliant way to learn about life doing business, whether you choose to actually become an entrepreneur or not. So being an entrepreneur is a viable career route. It's a very different career route, but you're learning a set of skills, you're building a culture, building a team, pursuing your dreams and your goals. In a way who kind of wouldn't want to be, an entrepreneur, and or even just bring those entrepreneurial values into whatever they do on a daily basis. And I definitely think it's something that should be considered a viable career route, 16 upwards. It's fascinating how much when you open up and tell people that, I have an idea and I would like to turn that into a business. What do you think about that idea? And would you be able to help me? Ask for help. You will find there's this incredible swell of support for the fact that you're actually choosing to do something and actually create a business, whether it be you're seeking finance, or you're seeking advice about the brand name, or how do I actually get all the technical aspects of this business going. I think the more that you talk to people, you will receive a lot of advice. All advice is good advice, but knowing which ones to take on is often the tricky bit. So I think what I've really learned is just how incredible people are, and how incredible people are when they come together with a united mission. And it constantly kind of astounds me and delights me and amazes me. But it's also given me a huge newfound respect for, businesses that have vision and have values. And I think that's kind of a new trend that I feel I'm seeing with business with values, and that you can actually set up a business that is values driven. And I think those businesses are going to take over the world. Some of the entrepreneurs in the world that I, really respect the most, and just, astounded by what they've done and what they're achieving. When you actually interrogate kind of how big their idea is, they're looking to change the world. So if you have an idea, just imagine maybe what you would do if you were going to live for 10,000 years, and think of that idea again, and think about it within the perspective of history. And it's an interesting task. It makes your idea it makes you think big. And when you start thinking big, and when you start thinking about changing the world, if you're definitely, that entrepreneur, that make it happen person, before you know it, you're going to be doing it. And so I think that is the importance of a big idea, being really driven by a kind of a mission that kind of sounds audacious. But why not? Why not? If you're going to craft your own destiny, you might as well make it big and insane and exciting and challenging. Because there's, it's fun taking on big challenges. It'd be boring if you solved your problem within 6 months. The landscape is changing with jobs and careers and university education. I just think that there's such incredible talent in this country, and I really believe that we can grow, the global businesses out of the UK. And actually, it is the next generation that is going to be the ones to do that. What I would like to say is believe in yourself. There's a lot of belief from the generation above you that you are going to do that. You are part of a more technologically empowered, hopefully in the future more technologically literate generation. And actually what technology allows you to do is create global businesses. And you're in a brilliant space now where actually, the barriers to starting up a business are so much lower now. Are you creative? Are you energetic? Do you have ideas? Do you have a few technical skills? Well, then you can just make it happen right now. And that just makes you the kind of generation to watch out for.